Testing 1 2. Testing. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay.
It's fairly easy.
Everybody's on camera. Be careful what you say.
Oh, no. Okay, last one. So now the chest. Oh, do this. I'm going to forget. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Let's see. Something. Oh, no, maybe I just right here. Better. Better. I think like this, right? Okay. Okay. So. Nhưng mà sau lưng thì nó đẹp hơn ha. Let's see. Okay. Cái này anh thấy cái này này.
Siêu làm caramel.
Good. Thank you, anh Lâm. Okay, so now continue. Sorry. Then we start to rotate like the chest, head up and then down, turn right, circle around the neck by moving the chest. Breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out with the head down. One more time and reverse. Reverse. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. One more time. Okay. Now. Thank you, Diane. Okay. Last one. And reverse back to the front. Okay. Last one. Okay. Relax. I already did. We do this one. Okay, so the neck. So to the left and to the right. Start to rotate it, the head. Breathe in to the back and breathe out to the front. In, out. Last one, and then reverse. In, out. In, out. One more time. Okay, back to the front. Okay. Last one. Okay, cross the arm. Empty. You can see it right here. One more time. Okay, so step the feet out. So we go like 1 to the left, 2, 3. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In 1, out 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we start to throw from 3, throw. In, out, throw. Last one. Okay, so we will raise the arm up and we turn to the left and we circle from left to right. Breathe in, up. Breathe out. Relax the back and the head. One more time, and we let the head down and stay down, relax for 5 breaths. Up to the left, and turn to the right. Breathe out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. One more time. And relax the head down. And breathe 3 times. Okay. Bend the knee and unroll the spine up. And then put the feet together. Embrace the hands up. And let go slowly, gently. And breathe gently. So embrace and let go. Hands together. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Dana. No, I don't think so. Khanh nghiêm tết rồi hả? Oh, Dana, you can do it. Oh, Khanh nghiêm tết rồi hả?
How you guys doing? It's good, right? Sorry, I'm not in uniform. Okay, so tonight's class a little special because we warm up with the CK10 class. But now for those of you who are here for the Tea Master training, we're going to break and go that way. And those of you who don't want to stay in this class for tonight, you're also welcome to join. We're going to do a little bit of training for the preparation of the July 8th event. So you can join. More than welcome to. All right? Okay, and now we turn the class back over to the original instructor, Kang Im. And the rest of us, we're going to get out of the way. Good job, Anne.
Thank you.
Okay, so...
Hello, everyone. Okay. Yeah, and just keep it, if it's too loud, let's see. Let's try. Okay. Hello, everyone. Oops, that's kind of loud. No. Okay. Hopefully you can. Oh, just only one speaker, Diana? That's two. We just do one. Let's see if that changes anything. Maybe I'll speak softer. Okay. All right. Sorry for not being in uniform myself. We've been stuck here all day, so I didn't get a chance to go home and gather my things. But does everybody feel warmed up? So some of us are going to cross over to the tea meditation. Anh Lam and Ji Hong and then Ji Vui too. We have some newcomers too. We have Kendall, Alex, Viviana, right? Great. Glad you guys can join us. Have you guys meditated before? Really? You guys were doing really good in the Tai Chi practice too. I'm very impressed. You guys are kind of like natural at it somehow. Maybe consider joining us more often. Okay, so I'm just going to lead a short meditation now that everybody's kind of more relaxed. Okay. So first we start with sitting in a comfortable posture. And imagine a string at the very top of your head, gently pulling up. And then aligning your spine. And now we start with first closing our eyes, taking in a deep breath, and exhaling. And we start with relaxing the body. First, at the very top of your head, relaxing your crown. And relaxing your forehead, your eyebrows, let them relax, all the tension, and let it go. All the muscles around your face, let them relax. Let your jaw relax. Your tongue is relaxed. It's not touching anything. And relax your throat. And relax the muscles around your neck. Relax your shoulders. And as you relax your shoulders, you might feel them drop a bit. Let the muscles in your chest relax. Moving down to your diaphragm and your abdominal muscles, letting them relax. And now let your left arm relax. From your arm, moving down to your forearm, all the way down to your fingers and your fingertips. feeling the weight now your right arm, moving down through your elbow to your forearm, through your hands all the way down to your fingertips. Let the wave of relaxation move down your back, from your upper back all the way down into your lower back, and around your waist, relaxing your hips. Let your thighs relax and your knees relax. Moving down through your shins and your calves, all the way down to your ankles, through your feet and through your toes, totally relaxed. Now, briefly scan your body from head to toe and see if there are any areas of tension. And if there are, then you can imagine breathing into them. And on the exhale, letting go of that tension. And if your body feels relaxed, then you can affirm to yourself, I am relaxed. I am still. Now turn your attention to your breath. And allow your breath to settle, becoming more gentle, allowing your breath to become deeper, and becoming more and more gentle and relaxed, and your breath might become more subtle. So the body is relaxed, the breath is settling, and now we turn our mind to our heart center. Thoughts may arise. You might notice different sounds, different activity in the room. But no matter. You can let all of that go and just turn your attention back to your heart center. Feel the warmth of your heart. if you feel that your mind has settled and your focus on the heart center is good, then you might feel a peaceful feeling, a feeling of serenity. And if so, you can affirm to yourself, I am serene. This feeling of stillness and serenity is something we carry with us and is with us at all times. And it's our true home. So if you can feel that sense of serenity and peace, then you can affirm to yourself, I'm home. So now exhale by mouth 3 times. In doing so, you're sharing your life energy with all beings. Now gently open up your eyes. And take a deep breath. Exhale, letting go. Now you can turn your head left and right. Rotate your neck a few times. Rotate your shoulders. It feels so good to be relaxed. And you can uncross your legs. I know there's a tray sitting in front of you, but kind of let your legs loose and relax a little bit. Maybe massage them if you need to. Okay. How was that for everybody? Good? Feel at ease? Yeah? Anybody have difficulties with the meditation? Yeah? Okay. Good. How did you like it, Kendall? How did you like the meditation? Good? Yeah. Mics? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, people watching. What about Viviana and Alex? How was it to sit for...
It was relaxing.
It's relaxing, yeah? Good.
My mind felt at peace. It was just really subtle, really relaxed. Yeah.
Wonderful, great. So, since we have some newcomers here, a little bit about what the tea meditation is and why we want to practice meditation as a tea master. Because that feeling of relaxation, that feeling of peace, is actually what you as a tea master would deliver to your guest. So, we wonder, okay, how does one deliver love and compassion in a cup of tea? If you have that still state of mind, a peaceful ease, something transfers to the guest when you're in front of them, and you're going through the motions, and it's not just the motions though, because it is with your whole heart, from that seed of stillness is where love and compassion arises. We all have that. We all have that capacity. And the guests somehow feel that. And then when you're in front of the guests, this is my own experience, you pick up something from them too. And then you can see the compassion and love come from them as well too. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing. I'm only saying this in words, but you can only experience it. So I commend all of you and applaud all of you for volunteering and joining us in the Tea Master Training Program, because it's what are we serving? We're serving the spiritual being of each person, each guest. So it's a beautiful thing. And in this July event, we'll have other faiths participate as well, so we get to engage in their spiritual practice as well, and try to get a glimpse of what it is that they do, what practices they have to allow compassion and love to shine through. So, a little bit about the event. So, all right. So last few times, I know you guys are new. We went through some of the physical forms and overview of the actual serving of tea, serving of compassion. So maybe we'll do that today as well. I think maybe we'll try, some people were requesting some advice on walking, because you actually have to walk up to the guest, and some people don't feel comfortable with that somehow. So we had some requests last time to go over that. So maybe we can do it without the trays first, and now that we're still in this peaceful, calm state, let's stand up. Okay. And we're actually just going to, let's step off the cushions so everybody can take a step back. Okay. And let's just do standing meditation for a bit. So we'll go through the same steps. You start at the top of your head, relaxing the very top of your head, and then just like a wave of relaxation from head all the way down to your feet. And imagine a string pulling at the top of your head, and imagine your entire body just hanging on a coat hanger, and everything else, all your muscles just draping on the coat hanger. It's that sort of feeling of relaxation. Your eyes are open, gazing at an angle that's towards your nose. Your breath is gentle. Your knees are relaxed. Okay. And now I'm going to lead this line out. Okay, so we want to put our hands, for now, in what we call the Samadhi Mudra. So it's left hand, the right hand goes on top, thumb tips are gently touching each other, and it's around the area of your navel. Okay, your shoulders are relaxed, you're standing upright. Take a few deep breaths. Okay, so I'm going to have Jit Kim-Hanh follow Jit Thu, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Jit Dam, sorry, yeah. So, actually, you're going to lead out this way, and then Jit Vui in the back, you're going to follow. Jit Dui in the back there, you're going to follow Jit Dui in the back. And then you'll follow, Jit Dam will follow me. So, we all know how to walk. And so first, we'll just take one step forward, inhaling. So inhale and a step forward, and exhale as your foot comes down. Inhale, exhale, in, out. And just let your breath lead the walking. Don't focus on your steps, because you already know how to step. You've been walking for decades now, most of you. Out, in, and out, in, out, in, out, in, out. I'm going to move forward a little bit faster, actually, if you can follow me, so we can get everybody else in the line. And so now, even walking at this faster pace, allow your breath to fall into rhythm. allow your steps to fall in rhythm with your breath. So your breath is doing the leading. So earlier we did a breath for each step, but now we're going to walk at a pace where you can find a rhythm to your breath. So for example, I'm walking 1, inhale, exhale, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. But find your own rhythm because everybody's breath is different. And so your mind should be focused on your heart center, just as if you were sitting meditation earlier. Your breath should be gentle, very subtle. Because if your breath is gentle, then your steps will be gentle. Your eyes are gazing downward towards the tip of your nose. I'm going to have Chitam continue walking around. Maybe you might occasionally check in with your body and see if there's any tense areas. And then you can relax those tense areas. And as you focus on the heart center, also be aware of everything around you. The person walking in front of you and behind you. You might feel and notice the sensations in your feet. But just stay focused on your breath and on your heart center. Alright, so now we'll stop. Let's turn towards the center. And we'll just give everybody a little bow. Alright, and then we can take seats once again. Alright. So anybody want to share a little bit about their experience of walking meditation? I see Chi smiling over here. You have something to share, Chi? How was it?
Thấy tịnh, thấy thoải mái lắm.
Thoải mái?
Dạ,
Yeah.
thoải mái.
Mà chị thấy là cái bước đi nó nhẹ nhàng, nếu mình theo cái hơi thở chị có thấy nó nhẹ nhàng không?
Dạ, đúng rồi.
Feels very natural, right?
Dạ.
Anybody else want to share? Chị Quyên, how was that?
Yeah, this is my first time, but I found that my breath couldn't keep up, like inhale 3 times and exhale 3 times.
Okay.
But very last couple minutes, I be able to do that. So which is good.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Your body falls into a natural rhythm, and then.
Yeah, but at first I couldn't do like inhale 1, 2, and then exhale 1, 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have shorter breath.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but practicing and continue doing it, so the last 2 minutes I could be able to do that, which is I think is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, longer breath.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, once the body settles and relaxes, then the breath can settle too. But if the body's tense, then maybe not so much, because your diaphragm will be tense too.
Yeah.
And this is like this sort of practice is something we can take out there. It's much like the Tai Chi practice we do. It's all linked. The Tai Chi practice, the meditation practice that we do, and now the tea meditation service that we do too. It's all part of the same practice, overall practice. So, and so everybody looks great, but that's not what we're focused on. It just so happens that when you focus on your breath, on that inner stillness, on that peaceful state that's always there, everything falls into place. And so that's the one thing that I want everybody to remember is, yes, we need to practice all the forms. Yes, we need to try to be correct in the way we do things, but don't focus on the right and the wrong and the correctness of it. If we focus on that inner stillness and peace, the guest will sense that, and it will sort of, there'll be a resonance of that peace and serenity in the guest across from us. And it'll show. So, that's walking meditation. So you can practice that at home. The homework from the last few sessions was to, as much as you can, practice seated meditation every day. There's an app you can download on your phone. I think I sent the link out to everybody, but just look up Integral Meditation. You can do guided meditations where Tay is actually guiding for 15 minutes. I think 20 minutes is the lowest. So that's a good practice for seated meditation. Walking meditation, you can do it. It's just a walk in the park. You don't have to walk as slow as we walked, but when you're out there walking from your car, sometimes the parking lot is full, so you have to park far away. Take that opportunity to walk to Costco or whatever it is, and be mindful of your steps. Let your breath settle, and let your breath lead the walking. Let your breath lead your life. The breath is the connection between your body and your mind. The breath is the spirit. The breath is the life force in all of us. So if we can allow that to be more gentle and more harmonious, then we can live with complete joy and ease in our life. And we can deliver that through the means of tea meditation and just interacting with people in general. So, great. So walking meditation, try to practice, as often as you can. There's always an opportunity. We're always walking somewhere. So don't miss out on the opportunity to practice walking meditation. But since we have new folks here, maybe we can review all the steps, or at least what Kendall, Jasmina, and Alex, have you guys seen what tea meditation looks like? Have you guys seen any of the videos or anything like that yet? No? Okay. Maybe I can get Chị-Thu to be our model, and that way she can illustrate to you what all the steps are and what it looks like to serve a guest. So if I could have Chị-Thu, actually maybe Chị-Thu and Chị Kim-Hanh can both do it together. I'm going to have Chị Mai-Kang or Diana maybe help them get some tea trays. Yeah. And now, oh no, you guys will be guests, because we set it up this way because this is how it'll be set up in the event. Because the last few times we got together, we had guests on this side facing each other. But this is actually how it's going to, there'll be a main aisle here. There'll be 4 rows of guests on this side and 4 rows of guests on this side facing the center aisle here. So we wanted to set up this situation so that you can kind of feel accustomed to being able to see the other tea masters around you in the same way. Yeah. All right. So we can have one stand behind the other. Yeah. Yeah. Ji-Thu can take the lead. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're going to do... It doesn't matter. I just want to demonstrate the form. So, yeah, single file is okay too. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So, as they approach, there would be someone who's a tea host who will kind of guide through it, but I'm going to kind of guide them through the steps and narrate at the same time so you can see what it looks like from completion to end. So, as a tea master, you'll first walk up together and mostly in sync, in that meditative state. Eyes are gazing down, steps are relaxed. And right now they're not thinking about anything else except just what's in front of them. So there's a side step out and a pivot facing the guest. They'll kneel. And in between each of these movements is 2 breaths. So they place the tray down, hands relaxed on the thighs, eyes gazing down, and they'll inhale and exhale 2 times. They don't have to be in sync for this, by the way, because everybody's breath is different. And now they'll give a bow. Yeah. And again, 2 breaths. And after their 2 breaths, they'll now pick up the pot with their left hand. And they'll hold the lid with 2 fingers as they pour tea into the cup of the guest. Once they place the pot down, it's 2 breaths again. Once they've done their 2 breaths, then they'll bow again to the guests in gratitude. The first bow they did earlier is to acknowledge the true mind, the mind of clarity that's present in all beings. The second bow is in gratitude to the guest for allowing them to serve the guest. So now they'll slide the tray over first, and again 2 breaths. It's 2 breaths after every major movement. And then they'll slide to align themselves with the tray, and again another 2 breaths. And they'll keep on sliding down. Probably 3 to 4 sliding motions before they get to their next guest. But as you can see, if it's just like when we did the walking meditation, you let your breath guide the movement. If you let your breath guide the movement, then the movements are very gentle. So once they are in front of their next guest, it repeats again. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stop at this bow here. But just to give the newcomers a general idea, and if you notice, these two have trained many a time before and have actually served at the last Big Tea meditation event we had in December. So how about a round of applause for Kim-Thu and Kim-Hanh being great models. Now, it was my fault for not directing earlier, but at the real event, this is going to be the center aisle. So if you're serving on this side, you'll walk down the center aisle and then approach this way. So each person will be serving 2 guests, and then you would actually move this way down. Yeah. One more thing I want to demonstrate is that we'll do, once the second guest has been served, then we're going to turn towards the tea host, which would be sitting over here. So let's say, for example, they served the second host, and so now Kim-Thu and Kim-Hanh, if you could proceed with the turning towards the tea hosts. Okay. And for the sliding and the turning, you notice that there's not a lot of bobbing up and down. The movements are very precise and very efficient. There's not any extra or additional movements. So once they turn their body, they'll retrieve the tray. And at this point, there would be a whole row of tea masters here, and so they would just wait, because the tea host will signal with a bell once all the tea masters are finished serving. There's going to be 100 tea masters at least, so in order to keep everybody in sync, the tea host has the ability to see if everybody's been served or not, but the tea masters are sitting there in silence, in a meditative state. And so sometimes they can't see what's going on behind them. But at this point, let's say, for example, all the tea masters have finished their serving. Then the tea host would ring the bell, and everybody would follow the person in front of them. So you try to sync up with the person in front of you. The knee that's away from the guest comes up first, and you push back, and you walk in sync, following the tea master in front of you. And actually, you'll turn to the right, but that's okay. Yeah. And you'll walk behind the guests exiting that way. Yeah, there would be 4 rows at the actual event, and this is the actual width. So tonight you'll actually get to practice with almost exactly the same dimensions in the setup that you will at the main event. So, okay, thank you, Kakji. All right. I will send out links to videos and to Rachel was so kind as to put a short, concise little document that explains each step. So I'll send that out to everybody. So, yes. Okay. Oh, great. Perfect. Wonderful. All right, so let's get into it, and let's actually try to do this together. So we have trays. We didn't brew any tea tonight, but I wanted everybody to practice with some sort of liquid, because there's a certain way you have to pour the tea. If you pour too fast, it'll dribble, and you'll have a puddle in front of you. So I want everybody to practice actual pouring out of the teapots that we'll actually be using. So if everybody can kind of go back there, and I think maybe Diana or Kim-Hanh will kind of help you pick up a tray. If there's not enough, then we'll take turns. Some people will be guests in this round, and some people will be tea masters. Great. Thank you, Jay. Great. Yeah, so let's line up. Let's have 2 lines, actually. Here, I'll help you guys line up. We're going to line up here. So 1 line here and 1 line here, let's say. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is that, we're going to do the 2. Is that yeah? Okay, and everybody's standing shoulder to shoulder here. Good, good, okay.
Sit down at the desk.
Yeah, yeah, have a seat, yeah. Okay. So now a lot of these seats are empty, but I want everybody to pretend that there's a person at each cushion. Okay. Actually, the first thing I want to do is review we're going to do the approach. And actually, I'm going to grab a tray just to demonstrate with y'all too. So in the meantime, everybody can stand in the meditative state. Start relaxing the body. Okay. All right. And so now there'll be a bell, ding, and now the 2 that are in front can start walking at a very slow pace. Right foot first. So let your breath lead the walking. And everybody behind them, as much as you can, try to sync your step with the person in front of you. Okay. Very good. It's okay, let's just go through the steps and yeah. We'll refine later because there's a lot of newcomers. I just want them to embody the steps. So Viviana will come this way and then Alex will turn this way. Oh, I'm sorry, Viviana. You'll turn this way. Yeah, and Alex will come this way. I'll be an usher.
Okay.
So you want to go into almost a straight angle if you can. Yeah.
So Viviana, you will stop the first guest here, and then you
The
will
spacing,
stop there.
yes, thank you, Diana.
Good. So wait, turn. Let's keep facing this. Yeah.
Yeah, keep on facing this way.
Wait for your partner to
So
come
just
up.
follow me here. Okay. All right. And now take an inhale and an exhale. And now inhale, taking a step out with your right foot. Exhale, bringing your left foot in. Okay. And then inhale, pivot. And exhale, bringing your other foot in. And again, just to inhale. And now exhale, coming down. Okay. This is where we have to practice the spacing. Okay. And you're still holding the tray at this point. I'm just going to walk you through the steps, so just sync with me. Okay. And now inhale, and then exhale, setting the tray down. And then inhale, hands on the knees. Exhale, and just do 2 breaths. Inhale, then exhale. And now on the inhale, palms come together at heart level. Okay, keep your posture straight. Okay, and the exhale, bow. Just bending your body about 45 degrees. And then inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, hands coming back down onto your knees. And then again, it would be 2 breaths in and out. Then in and out. And now inhale, reaching only your right hand to the handle of the teapot. Then exhale, putting your 2 fingers of your left hand on top of the lid, the knob of the lid, the center, just your index and your middle finger. And then inhale and then pouring the tea. Okay, trying not to let touch about 3/4 full of the cup. And then retracting. And then going back to your meditation position. And then 2 breaths. In and out. In, out. Okay. So now you move your tray towards the tea host, which is to your left. Oh, I'm sorry. So inhale, palms together. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, hands coming back down. Okay. Actually, let's stop there because that's probably enough to go through. So a few things. Alex, are you comfortable sitting on your knees, or do you feel some tightness in there? Okay, so that's a flexibility thing. A lot of quad stretches will help with that. Yeah. Anybody else have trouble kneeling down? Okay. A few things about kneeling is we're going to try to not let our feet do this, and we're going to try to let our feet be separated. So the toes are not stacking on top of each other. And here, your posture is straight, and the hands on the knees, close to the knees, where your shoulders are still relaxed. Okay? And then with the breathing, I didn't mention this earlier, I should have mentioned it in the meditation, but we want to breathe, in order to lengthen our breath and deepen our breath, we should breathe abdominally. If you're straining to breathe in, it might look something like this. You see my body kind of moving? I'm straining to breathe in because I'm breathing just into my chest. But if I breathe very naturally, and like when you're asleep, you'll feel your abdomen just naturally rise and fall as you take a breath. And so that's the breathing that we're going for, is that natural breathing. But as our breath becomes more gentle, then we can sort of expand our breathing into that. But don't strain when you breathe. So, and don't breathe here, but imagine breathing all the way here into your, what we call our danjian, right around your navel area. So breathing deeply in to this area. Because this looks different. I'm breathing in now. Versus this. That looks different, right? You can see the difference? Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with that step, and then we'll start with the breakdown of what we just did. So let's pick up the tray again. And then we'll get back into line. Actually, let's stay put where you guys are. And just face me. All the tea masters can face me. Okay. So everybody looked pretty good in the walking. Diana, do you have any feedback on the... Not yet? Okay. But we're going to practice this one breakdown, which we did last week. So here you're in the center of the aisle. And in your periphery, see if you can see where your guest is at. Okay, so you're looking straight, your eyes are gazing down towards your nose, but in your peripheral vision, you should still be able to see your guest, correct? Okay? So you want to step just a little bit ahead of your guest. And the reason why is because when you do this pivot, that way you'll be centered with your guest. So now, let's try that pivot move where you're standing here. The first thing we're going to do is step outward, with your right foot. Bring your left foot in. And now, with your left foot, turn it facing towards your guests and let the right foot follow. Okay. Now look and see if you're aligned with your guest or not. Actually, everybody looks pretty good. Okay. Good. Okay, so let's practice that one more time. So let's turn facing towards the wall again. Okay. And notice where you see your guests. Yeah, let's take a step where you're in the center of the aisle. So like right here. Okay, and then you guys should be about right here. There we go. All right, and so now again, we'll do a side step out. Bring your left foot in. Pivot your left foot, face towards the guests, and then bring your feet together. And see if you're centered or not. If you're not centered, if you're too far to the left of your guest, then you need to probably walk past your guest a little bit more. If you're too far to the right of your guest, then there's a move that you can do. I'll stand here where you guys can see me. If this pole here is my guest, can everybody see me from? And let's say I've moved. Sorry. If I'm too far this way, then as I come, I can actually compensate by doing that. It's not the best, but if you've made that mistake, so watch my feet again. I can step out a little bit wider and bring myself to center with the guest. Okay, but if you're here, then there's not much you can do. I mean, you have to take too many steps to get back. So it's better to walk. You're going to have to walk a little bit past your guest. Okay. So we'll do one more run with this group here, and then we'll take turns with the people who are guests, and then have them do this step move too. Okay, Chị Quyên, did you have a question? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Chị Quyên is. Okay, so you don't have a microphone now, so I'm going to say for people who are online. Chị Quyên is asking, where should we hold the tray? Not too far down, because that doesn't look very good. It should be a strong stance. And somewhere around here, it feels like a strong stance, but I can still relax my shoulders. If I do this, then my shoulders have a tendency to come up. It's too high. So if I do low, then it's just like, I have a tendency to do this, maybe. It just doesn't look very good. But here, it feels about right. So maybe play around with that, but almost a little bit less than 90 degrees, maybe. Try that. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just going to repeat what Chị said. That the shoulders are relaxed, the elbows are relaxed. So find that position where it feels right. If it's too high, there's going to be some tension in your shoulders. If it's too low, it might be tension else. Like if I do too low here, I feel tension like in my biceps actually. So, but here, it feels pretty comfortable for me right here. So you can play around with that too. All right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So who is asking about how do we know where to stop, right? Basically. So there's always going to be because everybody's serving two people. So there's always going to be a gap in between you and the next tea master. So for example, this is your first guest here, there's a gap, and then you would stand here, and a gap, and you would stand here, a gap, and you would stand here. Yeah. Well, if you're in a mindful state, then you would know where you need to be, right? So. Yeah, the spacing should always be the same. The spacing, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once you come into this area, there should be a similar distance, but always know that you're going to be serving 2 guests. So as I come into this area, I know the 2 people that I need to serve. So I'm going to stop. I know my second guest, I'm going to pass them up, and my first guest is right here. And I can see the person in front of me as well too, and know that they're stopping at their first guest, and that I should stop right here. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. 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 There's always going to be one gap, right? Mm-hmm. So exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's turn and face me now, and I want you guys to practice aligning yourselves with the guest as you do the pivot. So center yourself in the middle of the aisle first, and then take the side step out. And you can just do it at your own pace right now. And then pivot. And then go ahead and do the kneel down. Okay. Okay, so let's stand up. I'm going to illustrate, and everybody can look at me. I'll stand over here. So you can turn. I know we have some guests here too. Everybody's facing opposite directions. But the kneel down, we want to try to have the knees touch the ground at the same time. So it's a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of strength as well too that's required. So I'm going to just illustrate one more time again. So coming down, and then knees come down gently, and then if you watch my feet, okay, it's a little bit of balance too, and then my feet come down, and then I'm on my heels. Okay, so let's try to do that again and put it all together. Okay, so facing me, and then you're in the center of the aisle. Okay, side step with your left foot out. Bring your feet together. Pivot with your left foot. Bring your feet together. Okay, and now kneeling down. Good. Okay, now pay attention to the gap in front of you. You should be at a distance where you have enough distance to put the tray in front of you, and also where you're not too far away. But this setup, it's pretty good. You guys are doing pretty good. But there's some people that are doing this, and they find that they're too close. So that means that you just have to step out a little bit further, and that's just practice. Okay? So let's do it one more time. Actually, everybody can just self-practice for maybe a couple of minutes. Okay, so go at your own pace. I'm just going to watch all of you. Okay? And go ahead and take a step out. Bring your feet together. Pivot. Turn towards the guest. And then kneeling down. Okay. So for example, Viviana there, she can step out a bit further. Yeah. Did everybody else do okay? Did everybody else hit them? Anybody else would find themselves too close? Anybody find themselves too far? Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's good. You know what to do now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So everybody stand up. Okay. Repetition is the best thing, right? Okay, so you're in the center of the aisle. Okay. Now you know how to adjust a little bit more. If you found yourself too close, you need to step out more. If you found yourself too far, then don't step out as much. So step out with the left foot. Bring your right foot in. And now pivot with your left foot. Right foot, feet together. And coming down. And let your knees touch gently. All right. How did we do that time? Okay. How about one more time? Yeah. So you need to step out a little bit more because you have long legs. Okay. Okay. Gwen, did you do okay on that one? Okay, because you've been through it a few times. That's good. Okay. So Alex, you want to come towards the center. There you go. And then Englam, maybe just align with Alex. There you go. Good. All right. So feet are together. And now step out with your left foot. I'm sorry, right foot. Feet are together. Pivot with your left foot. Bring your feet together. And now kneeling down, squatting down first. Knees come down gently. Feet fall flat. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Pretty good. And now, just to see, we won't go, so go ahead and pour the tea in the cup to gauge your distance. So go ahead and pour the tea. Okay. And how does that distance feel for everybody? Good? Okay. Like you shouldn't feel like you have to reach too far to get to the cup. Okay. A few tips about holding the teapot. So I'll go on both sides. So it's actually, so you hold like this and then 2 fingers on top. They can be kind of like gently resting. So it looks more like this. That's what we're kind of trying to go for. So these 2 fingers on the knob of the lid. Okay, can everybody see that as we pour? Because if there's some uniformity with all the tea masters, and that sort of exudes something too. It's something about conformity and what we see. People like that. People somehow attuned to that. Okay? All right.
Are we curling the 2 fingers, Dan?
I have a tendency to, me personally, I relax the 2 fingers. It's not like, if you notice, my fingers aren't like, it's like pretty rigid. Can you guys see down there? Let's make sure everybody's on the same page here. Chị Thu? Chị Quyên? Okay, so the question that Diana asked is, should they be extended?
Are they doing this gun-looking thing?
The gun-looking thing? Your hands should feel relaxed. So for me personally, these 2 fingers here that I'm holding, they're not like rigid like this. I'm not using a lot of muscle strength. It's just gently resting. The other remaining 2 fingers, also just for me, gently resting on the pot. But it looks relaxed, right? If I do this, that looks straining, doesn't it? And my arm is already tired. I don't want to do it anymore, so I'd rather do this. So this is how it looks for me. So if I have it here, I'm going to reach for this first, and then I'm going to my hand is kind of going in that position already, and it's just gently resting on the teapot. Because people can sense that. Like, if you ever come across somebody whose shoulders are like this all the time, you sense the tension. So if your hands are like this, you can see the tension in my hand, right? Can you see the tension in my hand when I do this? Okay, we don't want to show, this looks very tense. And then I want to breathe like this. But I know, I want to breathe, relax. Like, it looks much better. And it's like when I serve the tea, then you feel relaxed. You don't feel like, oh no, this gun-looking thing is pointing at me. Okay? All right. Questions? Yes. Suggestion. Microphone, microphone, microphone. No, but we have people viewing online, so we need to.
You know, I think that for you, like a man, when you hold the hand, you know, the 2 finger, I think it's too rough. I think that for us, even man or woman, I just showing like, see, when you hold this cup, I know you use the 2 finger, but softly, because at that time you breathe, also you serve the tea, you serve your serenity, so you don't have the, you know, your mind hold that one, and like you just explained, for me, I just do a simple thing that we do like that. Can I borrow you this one?
Okay.
Still hold this one, but you know, for women, we're not like that.
Mhm.
It's very rough and thin. Just gently, you can hold, because you don't want this one loose, just gently. And this
Yeah.
one too also, when you pour the tea, we not pour high, just very low. You don't want to hear the sound. Try to avoid the sound.
So
Push if you can.
I'm going to say for people online,
Just hear
um,
this one, they pull this one slowly.
Jitu is saying that, well, first of all, we don't want the teapot to touch the tea, the teacup. You'll hear the clanging, ding, ding. You know, we want to maintain that silence, that feeling of silence. So, and then, but you want to get close so you don't hear the splashing sounds so much. So that just takes practice, and that's why I wanted to have something in the teapot as you pour out tonight. Okay, so you know, some refinement we can do. Should we move on and let swap take turns? Yeah. So let's take turns. So those who were tea masters can now be tea guests, and those who were tea guests will now become tea masters. Yes, Chi. Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's so difficult because we have people who have been coming to the training sessions and people who haven't, and so some people, we're just not in sync yet. So part of the homework for this session is to call me and Diana and set up, if you're completely new, or even if you just want some additional refinement, call me or Diana and set up a session with us. We'll make ourselves available to you. Just call us and let us know. You can just come here and do a few practice rounds and refine. We did it with G. Ivy the other day. We've done it with some other people as well too. So anyways, so tea masters become tea guests become tea masters.
Yeah, yeah. Dan, we have a bunch of experienced tea masters here, so we can also pull aside and do tonight if they have time.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we should do some group practice too. Yeah. Eyes gazing down at the angle where you're kind of gazing at your nose tip. Posture is straight. Breath is settling. And as I ring the bell, begin walking with your right foot first, Everybody behind the leaders will follow and try to sync with their step as much as possible. Remember your breathing. Remember there's nothing else in the world except what's in front of you right now. It's just you, the tray, the teapot, the path you're walking, and eventually your guest. Okay, so then we'll go into this first row, and Kendo will come over here to my right. So Kendo, you'll have to walk a little bit faster to kind of stay in line with Englam. There we go. And Alex, you'll have to make sure you keep the same distance as much as possible with Kendo. Okay, and remember where you should stop. The person next to you in the other aisle you should be somewhat aligned with as well too, if possible. Just stop here. Here we go. Okay. And let's say there's another ding, ding, and so now you do the side step out. Bring your feet together, and now pivot, left foot. Feet back together. And now squatting down and gently bringing yourself to a kneeling position. Okay. And now, so let's just kind of pay attention to the distance there. Okay. All right, so now we'll stop here and we're going to pick up the tray again, because we wanted you guys to have the same opportunity to practice with the other group. Got a chance to practice as well. Okay, and then stand back at the center of the aisle. All right, and then practice that side step. If you miss the mark, then adjust as best as you can to try to make sure there's enough room for the tray to be between you and the guests. Okay, and if you came out too far, then just take a smaller side step. So, side step out. Bring the feet together. Now pivot the foot. Bring the feet together and squatting down and bringing yourself gently to the kneeling position. Very good. All right. I think everybody did pretty good. What do you think, Diana? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can try it with the breath. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it with that. Let's try to sync up with the breath. Okay. Yeah, let's try to bring up the trays again and let's stand up. And for this one, with syncing with the breath, if you're a leader, then you would just take an inhale and an exhale. And then an inhale, stepping out. Exhale, bringing together. And then inhale, pivoting. Exhale, bringing together. And then an inhale. And exhale, coming down. And then inhale, setting the tray down. Exhale, hands resting on the thighs near the knees. Shoulders relax, arms relax, and then you begin your 2 breaths here. And you don't have to be synced with your neighbors at this point. Once you've done your 2 breaths, on the inhale, you can bring your palms together, inhaling, exhaling, bowing down, 45 degrees from the waist. Inhale, coming back up. And exhaling, letting the hands fall back onto your thighs. And then again, 2 breaths. Now, inhale, your left hand stays still, but inhale with your right hand reaching for the teapot. Exhale, raising it up. Inhale, bringing your left hand to the lid of the pot. And inhale, pouring out. Exhale, raising it back up. Inhale, bringing it back down. Okay. Now I'm walking you through it, but the idea here is that you want it to be synced with the breath. Okay, then you would do your 2 breaths again. And once you've done your 2 breaths on the inhale, palms together at heart level. And then on the exhale, bowing down about 45 degrees from the waist. Inhaling, coming back up. And then exhaling, hands again resting on the thighs. Okay. All right, so that's serving the first guest. Everybody feel okay about that? Any questions on the steps? Yes. Microphone? Can someone hand her the microphone? Right there. Yeah. Okay. Oops, is it turned down? I think it might.
You can have this one if you want.
Oh yeah, this.
It's on.
This one's battery's out too. Yeah, go ahead.
Khi mà mình đổ nước vô rồi, mình chế nước rồi phải không?
Dạ.
Xong mình để xuống thì mình thở 2 hơi. Đúng không? Mình thở 2 hơi. Sau đó rồi mình mới chắp tay lên là mình 2 hơi nữa, tức là 4 hơi. Đấy. Ok, nước vô, nước vô. Là mình thở ra thì mình thả xuống. Mình hít vô, mình để tay lên đây. Rồi mình thở ra, mình để xuống đây. Sau bắt đầu mình mới hít vô, mình mới palm together.
Right.
And mình mới thở ra, mình để xuống.
No. Once, sau khi mình đã chắp tay lại rồi đó, yeah, then you can do the bow.
The bow, đúng.
Xả một cái.
Mình thở ra. And mình lên, mình hít vô.
Xong rồi lại thở ra.
Mình thở ra.
Right.
Đúng không?
Đúng rồi.
Khi mà mình đổ nước vô rồi mình thở ra 2 hơi, xong rồi mình mới thở lên, rồi mình mới chắp tay lên, mình mới bao xuống, mình thở ra nữa.
Right.
Ha.
Yeah.
Là 4 mình tới thở trên 4 lần chỗ này luôn.
Yes, you can think.
Là mình thở 2 lần.
Yes, you can think of it that way. So, okay, so pouring the tea and then hít vô thở ra 2 lần, 2 times, and then hít vô thở ra. Hít vô, thở ra, and then 2 lần nữa. Hít vô, thở ra, hít vô, thở ra. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense to everybody? Yeah, so she was asking about like the sequence of, so you pour, and once you place it down, it's 2 breaths, in, out, and then in, out, and then 2 more breaths, in, out. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So everybody have that pattern down pretty much? Yeah? Okay. Not too complicated, right? Okay. Yeah. Chidoi, how is it? Is it pretty easy? Okay, good. All right, good. So let's see, we're at 8:55, it's getting close. So one thing that I'd like for you guys to practice now, and we can do it without the trays, without moving the trays, is just the movement of sliding. And we can actually split up into groups for this. Okay, so you want to practice this motion here, and what it looks like. Maybe everybody can face me, so that everybody, let's turn to face me. Mainly because I want to be here, because my knees hurt when I do it on the... without the cushion. So once you're here, then the sliding motion, let's say my next guest is here, you don't have to do too much. Okay, that's a little straining. It doesn't feel very relaxed. So you always move your tray first when you're sliding to the next guest. So don't move the tray too far. Okay, maybe like right here is okay. The more you practice it, the more you know where your limit is and what feels relaxing for you. Like that feels okay to me, to move back and forth like this. Okay? But again, we can synchronize with the breath. So I've done my 2 breaths, then I might do in and out, and then it's 2 breaths, and then in and out. And actually I could do that better because my posture was kind of like this. So it should be more like this and this. There's not a lot of this. Some people would do the bobbing up and down. My head is staying as much as possible. There's going to be a little bit movement, but as much as possible, staying very level and moving very slowly and gently. Okay, so I'm going to do this motion here. Okay. And I'm going to kind of give just a little few pointers. So if you just kind of bring your leg out like this a little bit, and then you shift your weight over to this side, and then bring this one in. That's how I do it. So there's some extra space here, there's some extra space there. How about everybody partner up with somebody, and for the next just few minutes, we're not gonna do the tray. We're just gonna practice that motion, but practice syncing with your breath too. So, like it might be in, and then out, and then in, and out. And you can practice going the other way too. I mean, it's just to even it out. So for the remainder of the class, until you feel like it's time for you to leave, do that. As you leave, Rachel was nice enough to type up the steps, okay, for the whole procedure from beginning to end. And I will send out a link to video. Did you all you guys registered online yet, Kendall and Alex? You have already online as well? Okay, great. So have you been receiving Viber messages or emails or anything like that? Are you guys on Viber? You're not on Viber, okay. And you registered unity.compassheart.com? Oh, you signed up on that one. Cool, okay. So I'll update it. I'll get in touch with you guys. And yeah, we'll send you the latest information. We'll make sure it gets out to you. Okay, great. So, practice that for the remainder of the class. Pick up one of these, and Diana and I will be around for questions when we'll kind of walk around and see how everybody's doing. All right, any other questions so far? Okay, July 4th is our next training session. It's a holiday. We'll have tea, we'll have treats, and we'll have a final review. Again, your homework is to contact Diana and I and schedule a time where you can do a one-on-one with us or with a smaller group with us, and we'll work with you. We're available, we're here. The other part of the homework is download the meditation app and try to, at least a few days in the week, practice with the guided meditation that's included with that. There's even like a little scorecard. You can see your progress over time too. And I'll send out the materials and more guidance and tips and notes throughout the week. So, all right, well, split up into pairs, and then, yes, England.
When we walking by the knee,
Mm-hmm.
only right.
If your face, yeah, if you're on this side, it would be, you would move this way. But it's, yeah, it depends on which side you're on. Yeah, you should practice, but yeah, and just because, you want your muscles to be even on both sides. Yeah, mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. We may check in with you about that and just check in with people in general to see if they have preferences. Anyways, So pair up, and then do a few rounds of that, practice that. I have these with me here, and I'll be around if you have any questions. Diana's around as well. Okay. Yeah, actually, yeah. For those who are, we can take those back to the table is fine. Thank you.